Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Decide and Do with JW. So, it's Decide and Do 177, and I want to talk to you about why it's important staying ahead in the game of life. Well, there's a lot of different reasons that, somebody might say, well, it's important to stay ahead because you don't want to get behind, all that. But when you're looking at the grand scheme of your life, right, there's certain things that you have to get accomplished. And every single thing that has to get accomplished, some of them might have timetables on them where there's, I have to have it done by this day, or some are just the things that just come up, and hey, this I need done, or that needs to get done, or whatever it is. But when you look at things and you look at it from that grand scheme, you have your life in front of you and you have certain things you have to get accomplished. I say, all right, take it like school, right? So when I was going through school, one of the hardest things was to ensure that I was staying on top of every single assignment that I had, every single paper that I had, every single forum that I had, every single thing that was in that per week. And then at the same time, looking at the things that were out, that were possibly on the docket for next week, next month, whatever it is in the overall course. And each one of those things had to be accomplished in a certain amount of time. Now, the difference, I was able to set some of my own types of timetables. Hey, this is what I want to accomplish by this, and this is what I want to accomplish by that. However, I realized if I didn't stay on top of that and I started to fall behind, well, then that affected everything else. If I didn't accomplish, so many pages of that paper by week 4, well, then guess what? Week 5 and 6 and 7 were much harder because I had to continue to do what I wanted to already have done. And when you look at it, it's the same thing when things are coming up in your life. You have to establish those parameters, you have to establish those timetables, and ensure that at the end of the day, you're staying on top of the goals that you need to stay on top of. You can look at it from anything, right? Cleaning your house, okay? There's things around, hey, if I don't clean the house that I live in, and then all of a sudden I want to do it, well, it's going to be much harder than if I just continued to take my time and clean things as I go, right? Make sure that, the laundry is done. Make sure that, I clean and vacuum and dust and all the different things instead of trying to knock it out all in one day, right? Instead of doing it, one day a month, well, do a little bit every week or whatever. You have to figure out that. You have to figure it out. But if you fall behind and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, now I got friends coming over, I have guests coming over or something like that, then all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, I have to go ahead and I have to get everything done right now. Well, sometimes right now doesn't have a whole lot of hours that are attached to it. So it's important to stay ahead of the game. It's important to stay ahead in life because at the end of the day, I don't want to be working towards getting something done when I could have already had it done. There are those individuals that are procrastinators, and hey, everybody has to find their way in life. But it's better to be proactive than reactive in my life. That's just how I look at it. Now, there's going to be some that would rather be reactive than proactive, and that's what works for you. Okay, I got it and I understand it. But I will always think that it's more important to be proactive and it's more important to stay ahead of the game than to kind of just play it by ear and fall behind and then have to play catch up because then I don't have the time for it. And if you're looking at your 24-hour day and you're looking at the time that you have to get certain things done and you can find the time, you just have time to find, then that's something that works for you. I would rather use that time wisely and ensure that in the end of the day, I'm staying ahead of it instead of getting stuck behind something that's going on. So appreciate you watching Decide and Do 177. Till my next video, talk to you later.